The Gauteng Transport Department has launched a pilot project of vetting taxis for compliance in Johannesburg.
The project, which has been implemented on the Witwatersrand Taxi Association and the Nancefield-Dube West Taxi Association, uses biometric data to ensure the vehicle, driver and owner meet all the safety requirements to operate on the road.
The vetted taxis are identifiable with some orange stickers on the front and the back of the minibuses. Here is reporter Nosipho Mncube with the story.
We are here at the Gauteng Transport Road and Transport offices in Johannesburg CBD, where the MEC of Road and Transport has spoken to us about the vetting process with the two taxi associations, Nancefield-Dube and Wata. As you may know, the two taxi associations were recently allowed to begin operating on Tuesday after they were prohibited from operating in routes around Soweto following the ban that was authorized by the previous MEC, Ismail Vadi. But to speak to us more about the vetting process, I have here with me MEC Jacob Mamabolo to speak to us about the vetting process with the two associations. Thank you so much for speaking to us, MEC. Could you please just take me through the vetting process, the three-step verification process that you spoke to us about earlier?
Yes, thank you very much indeed. We have started yesterday with the process of vetting, authenticating and of course verifying that all the taxis that are going back to the routes in Soweto are those taxis that were operating at the time when the taxi ranks and the routes were shut down. That is very much important because we want to make sure that we have legally and authorized taxi operators operating on the route. Otherwise, we will perpetuate the cycle of violence and instability on the routes if we return to those routes people that were not operating at that time and therefore are not supposed to be on the routes. The way we have done the verification and vetting process is that we ask the taxi operators to give us proof of a taxi operating permit, which is the permit that authorizes them to operate on the routes. Once they submit that to us, we then register and record them on our database that we have set up specifically to clean the data for this particular taxi associations, which is Nancefield and Wata on this route. Once we register them, before we issue them with the sticker, which is unique and has got security features so that it can be easily replicated or reproduced, we then take their fingerprint. The fingerprint is then captured on the system. This is very much important for purposes of linking the sticker itself with the car, that is the minibus taxi itself, the driver and the owner, and the route and the operating permit. These 6 things have to be linked together so that when we do law enforcement operations with the traffic cops and SABC and all our law enforcement agencies, we can be able to validate identity beyond dispute. That the person that we have given the sticker to or the taxi on which we have fixed the sticker, it is the same taxi that has an operating license, is supposed to be on the route, and that this taxi belongs to the owner that is on our records, and that the taxi driver is the same person. In that way, we believe we will have cleaned the data, we will have good, reputable database with integrity beyond doubt, and it also prepares us in the medium to long term to test the processes of cleaning data. So the verification and vetting process of the taxis give us comfort that only the people that have to be on the routes have to be on the routes. It also strengthens our law enforcement operations. And the police, when they do the operations, they'll be able to see only those taxis that have the sticker are allowed to pick and drop the people on the routes. If we find that there are people that are loading and offloading people on the designated routes without a sticker, that means they are breaking the law. I must also say, we have successfully presented the agreement between the two taxi associations before a court in order to make it a decision of the court. As we speak, the agreement has got a status of being a decision of the court.